So I've been working on a concept for a contact form plugin for WordPress that works with blocks. So there are a bunch of different contact form plugins out there, and some of them have you coding a little bit of HTML or pseudocode and all this, and they're pretty complex. And if you just want to get like a simple form, there should be easier ways to do it. And I like creating easy contact form plugins. I wanted to create one that uses blocks to the fullest, like it's all in blocks. So I want to show you how this works, and I wanted to get some feedback on whether or not this was something people would be interested in, whether I should continue developing it, maybe actually publish this plugin. So here I just am in a regular post, and I'm going to use the default 2019 theme here, and there's nothing in this post yet, but I'm going to make a contact form. So let's just start off with some regular text here. Now, the next block is where I'm going to start using my plugin. So I've got a block, a single type of block. I thought about doing multiple ones, for different elements, but I thought let's just do a single block. So I've got this called WPTH block form, and when you put that block in there, you've got some choices to make on the right. I can select the type of element and various other things. So in this case, this is going to be the input, and it's going to be for the person's name. So I can do element name. I'll just call this name. Placeholder, I'll put your name. So this is just the HTML placeholder, and no default value. Now I'm going to put actually before this element, please enter your name. Now I wanted to keep this separate from the text you would put between the elements separate, because if you make the form just one thing, one block thing, and you want to put some special stuff in there, you can't. So the idea is you build everything with blocks. So you've got a paragraph block, and then a block that is an input field. And then we'll do another one. Email address, and I will insert this block, and I will also put a text input. I'll call this email your email address. And what I may do eventually here is add a set of text input and email input there, and it uses the email type for the field. Now you can do a few other things I've built in so far. Eventually I would probably have all the different elements you can put in a form. But like right now, are you an existing customer? And then I'll the same block, but this time I'm going to say checkbox. And we'll call this customer, and the placeholder text in this case is going to be next to it. And then I have it so that if you type the word checked in here, then it's default checked. Otherwise it's not. So there's that. So this is a common thing that you see in contact forms. So we'll do that as a drop-down list. So you can see how the properties change depending upon what you selected. So this will be, we'll call it here, and we'll say, okay, first item will be blank. So I'll just put a comma right away, and then friend, web search, other, and I'll leave the default value blank, so it'll be the default for the first item there. Please type your message below. And now I will put a text area here. Call it message. Placeholder, your message. No default value. And then I have a thing for hidden in case you wanted to throw in a field in here and have it hidden, so it's just passing data. Like if you have 4 different contact forms, you could have a hidden field that form 1, form 2, form 3, whatever. Now you still have to go and have a submit button. So that's the first item here, submit button, and then it changes. So instead of giving a name to the submit button, you're giving a name to the form. So we'll call it contact form, and we'll just say send. And then here's where you choose what you want to do. So I only have email admin set. it just emails the admin for the site. But I could have it easily saved as a file, so the entire form gets saved as a file and into a folder that maybe it's under this form name, or append to a file. So there's a single file with this form name and it just puts a new line. So depending, if you want to have a message, probably you want to just save each one as an individual file. But if it's the kind of thing where you're collecting data like survey data, then you may want to have it append a new line and then you can import that into a spreadsheet app. So let's update this, and now let's view the post. And I'll do that in a new tab, and here it is. Now it's going to use the styles from your theme. So 2016 or 2017 theme, both of those I think had really good styles for forms and they just looked great to begin with. 2019 not so much. So you can style these, there's a style tag for the form. You can of course, for any of these you could do the advanced, add additional CSS class. So you can style it in lots of different ways and have that done. But I'm just going to just keep it as plain form now, so I'll just do name, let's say, existing customer, and web search, and this is my message, and just to show, this, you can type this. Now when you hit send, it will send and just replace the send button with a little message sent. So that might be something I could customize as well too in here. Maybe perhaps I can use another line in the form. And now that I've got that, well, you can see it has sent it. So I would be able to see. I don't have it configured right now to send, but here is like what the emails will look like. Something like this. So in this case, a little different stuff was sent, but you get an email like that. Just the name of each thing is what you get, and it's plain and simple, but very customizable, right? Because you can do all sorts of different things all through this single element here, where it's just this one block form block that you can add. So I want feedback on this. Do people want this? I mean, some instincts I have is to create a block that is an entire form, and in here you've got to customize everything about the form, like input field, email, name, text area. Everything is customized in here, and it's a single block for the entire form. That could be nice, but it's not going to be as customizable. And it's also going to get very crowded here on the right sidebar as you add different elements, and it continues to expand. So I like this idea of a single element type of thing. Clearly styling is going to be something, because you can see this is just not ideal here. Having a line and then this thing is on a completely separate block. Like, I would love to have these tighter, closer together. And it could be done with CSS, of course. It depends what people want. I mean, this is great. Actually, this would look great in mobile. So anyway, I'd love some feedback on this. I could potentially develop this as a plugin, maybe even have some settings you can go to, maybe put in a key for Google reCAPTCHA thing, and then you can add that as one of the items here. It could be Google reCAPTCHA, and there could be a couple other different things that you could put in the form, and they would all just be included, and you can create as many as you want. Every page could just be a different form to do different things, and you could easily go in and edit these and change things about them.